How do I tell my boyfriend I miss hanging out with my friends? Me, 21F, and my boyfriend, 33M, have been dating for around a year and a half. I love him a lot and it's been good, except I feel like I can't hang out with my friends anymore. When we met I was definitely in a party phase and I slowed down significantly when we were officially dating. But my friends, even in relationships, all still go out occasionally in between their school and work schedules. My boyfriend says he thinks bars are very disrespectful to our relationship and I can see it. I'd be lying if I said I don't miss just going out for a couple drinks as a girl night, but I understand he thinks it's inappropriate and he's just wanting me to be safe. He says he's worried about other guys and doesn't trust them but trusts me. The problem is though, anytime my friends invite me to something that's not bars he seems to get upset. Like they invited me to a concert, game, etc. And he says things like that I think he would enjoy. I should ask him first before agreeing to them. But I know he'll always say yes and get upset if I don't. I don't think he realizes that his whole mood changes when I mention hanging out with my friends without him. My friends and I already have super busy schedules, so it's hard to hang out and I hate not being able to just say yes to the idea. The last time I brought it up it turned into a big problem and he kept saying things like, "Sorry, I'm just selfish. You just want to live the single life. You just never want to do things with me." I always try to plan fun things or mention date ideas. I'm always with him and I love him and I don't want him to think I don't like hanging out with him, but I miss my friends and having an identity outside of our relationship. How do I talk to him about how I feel in a gentle way that won't spark an argument? TLDR, my boyfriend of a year and a half says I need to do fun things with him before accepting invites to my friends. I haven't hung out with them in a while doing anything we used to do. How do I approach the conversation with him without sparking a huge fight? He's controlling. Don't put up with this shit, because it will only get worse over time. Anytime someone is trying to prevent you from hanging out with your friends or family, you should cut that person out of your life. I hate not being able to just say yes, girl, you're your own person. You, indeed, are able to just say yes. If you're not gonna dump his sorry ass, strong recommendation for doing so, then show him he can't manipulate you into doing what he wants. Say yes, don't ask him for permission. Let him know when you're out and he can live with it, or not, who gives a fuck. If you let this happen now, your future will look bleak. 5 years down the line, you'll be a stay-at-home mum, financially dependent on him. This is how it goes. First he cuts you off from your friends, then it's financial freedom. Get out, please. I hate to be the, you're over 10 years apart. Leave. Person, but well. He is acting like an old man, bars aren't safe. Why not? You're an adult, you can handle yourself, and if you can't, it's fine. You're going with friends. When people say that, I trust you in a bar, but I don't trust the people there, bullshit. It's an attempt to make you feel unsafe. Like being there without your man around means you're going to get hit on or even assaulted in public. It's also a way to make you feel guilty for hanging out with friends. He is trying to isolate you. Also, you are 21. You are totally allowed to be in a partying phase, lol. So many red flags there. JFC girl, leave. Manipulative and controlling. My boyfriend says he thinks bars are very disrespectful to our relationship and I can see it. How can you see it? That's weird. How can just going out somewhere be disrespectful to your relationship? Maybe if it was a strip club or something I could see it, but does he think you are going there with the specific goal of picking up men? Or does he think that's something that's likely to happen while you're there? Because if he does, then he doesn't trust you, and if he doesn't trust you, then why is he with you? He is commandeering all of your time. If a new female best friend was doing this, how would you handle the behavior? I highly suggest couples therapy if you plan to stay, because he is controlling and controlling behaviors escalate. I highly suggest going no contact if you choose to leave. He is way older though. What, isn't he dating someone who is 10 years into career and looking for investments versus a woman who still has her whole 20s ahead of her? This is my 2 cents and my questions that you need to really think on. Do you make a dinner in your home or game night with your friends and him? Did he know your friends and family? If your sister or mother or male family member invited you to a bar or dinner, did he say no? Can you ask him if you need to wear a burqa? Make a list of things you can to do because of him. Make a contract with the things you think it's a disrespectful to show he is nonsense demands. This dude is a creep. A 33-yo has nothing in common with a 21-yo. He's keeping you from your friends for a reason to isolate you so they all leave. Ugh, you sound like his prisoner. Bars are disrespectful to the relationship. What the fuck? He is controlling you, sweetie. Dump his old ass. Had an ex like that. This kind of men are especially hard to leave, but once you will get over it, you will thank yourself every day. He is manipulating and controlling you on purpose. He doesn't believe that going on nights out are disrespectful, he wants to isolate you from your friends. It's working. This is extremely toxic and unhealthy. Oh, he realizes his mood changes, because he's doing it on purpose to guilt you and by extension control you. This is exactly what my abusive controlling ex-partner did. I wasted 2 years of my early 20s, and even though I managed to keep my friends, the friendships were never the same. You know this is wrong. I think the age gap says enough. Consider leaving, it gets better. Trust me. Red flags everywhere, no wonder why he's with you. He's dating you, 12 years younger, because he can manipulate you to thinking this behavior is okay. You don't need to ask him for permission, he needs therapy or needs to change his behavior because this is not healthy. You need friends in your life. I'm 35F and married. I can go out with my friends without a problem. I even went to visit a friend to another country by myself. I go out to bars, clubs, etc. It's normal. Been there. He's controlling and he's trying to isolate you from your friends by making you think it's a good idea. Please get out now. You just want to live the single life. Yikes. Sounds like major gaslighting. This is controlling and manipulative behavior. He has major jealousy issues that he's projecting as being caring and protective. I'm sorry to say, but at age 33 his behavior is not going to change. If anything, it will only get worse from here. You should be able to hang out with your friends and be your own person even in a relationship. Ask yourself, do you really think asking him for permission to hang out with your friends is normal behavior? Because it's not. Best of luck to you. Oh my god, you are dating my ex. Run. This does not end well. Location flag, location flag, location flag. He will continue to isolate you from friends and family to the point where you don't recognize yourself. Oh, and read up on gaslighting. That's coming too. Like others have said, he is isolating you. And guilting you for wanting to do normal things. Why? So there is no opportunity for you to leave him or talk to others about your relationship and hear them weigh in on how controlling he is. I don't have any advice on how to make him see your POV because he doesn't care and he won't. I lived this for 20 years. There is never enough coddling and explaining you can do. You are not a person to him. You are just his thing at his beck and call. I've been out of this type of relationship for a few years. I would never go back to it. My best friend was actually in a relationship similar to yours. He never liked her going out with friends, always went into moods or guilt-tripped her when she tried to do something without her, and yet he still went out and about funnily enough. She lost her early 20s to being in a miserable controlling relationship. You are 21 years old, this is the time where you should be going out for drinks and doing stuff you want. If you take anything away from what everyone is telling you, please just know that your relationship dynamic isn't normal, and it's not going to get better. Your boyfriend is aware of what he's doing, it is a tactic and it's probably a precursor to more abusive shit to come. You can't be that dumb, he's manipulative as fuck and clearly very controlling. I'm just so selfish, you must spend all of your time with me, not see your friends, not go outside or go to bars or games or concerts, and I'll question you constantly on whether you love me or whether you will cheat on me. Seriously. Do you want to be with that person? Someone who is so selfish they are willing to make you unhappy just to make them feel secure. Why would you want to be with someone so blatantly controlling? Telling your partner when you are going out is a common courtesy. Telling your partner that they can't go out or make them feel guilty for wanting to do anything that doesn't involve you is manipulative and controlling. He's introverted, you are more extroverted. He wants to change you, but you have to want that change too, and you obviously don't. It's an incompatible situation. You love him, but you both want different lifestyles and he's not willing to flex. So yeah, red flag aside, you guys don't seem like you have the same immediate life goals. Maybe I missed it, but is there a reason he can't tag along with you when you hang out with your friends? Stopped reading when you said he thinks bars are inappropriate. I go to bars, my girlfriend goes to bars, sometimes together but most of the time due to LDR, separately. Get rid. You're young and should enjoy the bar without him controlling you and thinking it's inappropriate. Age differences is a massive red flag, but that is my opinion. I'm also dating a younger woman and I didn't like her going out too much, but only because on what she told me happened when she would go out. Blacking out, and she'd been drugged before at bars. But one thing that really helped is I got to meet her friends and they were really cool. Maybe you should introduce your friends to your man and hang out a few times together. Hey. This boyfriend seems to have the same behavior as me, and I didn't realize this until she broke up with me recently. My ex would always ask me to hang out with her friends or if I would like to join, but I was always not interested since I just wanted to hang out with her. That was extremely detrimental to our relationship moving forward, but she stuck around until she lost herself. Now reflecting on my relationship, I am stupid and was a boy. Anyways, what I wish my girlfriend would instead tell me how she feels instead of trying to tell me she wanted to hang out with her friends cause. If I knew she felt trapped, then I would change my behavior. Hope this helps. It's not a coincidence that he's 12 years older than you. He prefers to date someone your age because you won't recognize the signs as easily. Dump him. You should be enjoying the single life instead of being trapped by someone 12 years older than you. He's a walking red flag. Dump him and enjoy being with your friends. You've being manipulated. Drop the douchebag. A 33-year-old man should not be dating a teenager. He's doing this because he knows women his age would not put up with this bullshit. What he is doing isn't love or concern, it's control. Break up with him. That's literally the only advice anyone should be giving you. An overly controlling guy in a relationship with a major age gap just seems like a recipe for disaster. You're 21, go enjoy yourself. Because you do not get that time back. Obviously be safe, share your location, go with a group, set a specific time to leave, but honestly he's manipulating you because you're young and impressionable. I don't think you can approach this without causing a fight or disagreement. But the reality is he kind of treating you like his child, which doesn't surprise me with the age gap. You're being manipulated and controlled. This is a huge red flag which could escalate further. The fact he's dating someone 10 years younger is also a red flag. He can't date anyone his own age because they are harder to manipulate, so he preys on younger women with less experience. I have been controlled and wasted 4 years of my life missing out on things and losing friends. Please don't make my mistake, heart. A healthy relationship is a trinity. You, me and us. So each person is an individual and a couple. And #X200B. It's not healthy for one to stop the other from being who they are. This guy sounds controlling and is slowly chipping away at you until one day you will say, "Who am I and I have no friends?" 33. You're just 21. Big red flag already. And please, anyone who wants you to ask them before doing stuff with their friends is manipulative. Stop caring about his feelings. Draw a line. Tell him you're independent and will have a life of your own. And if he has a problem, y'all won't work out. Wow. Controlling. Part of it is that he picked a much younger woman, so he can control her. This is not a good relation for you. Op. This is extremely manipulative behavior. He is isolating you from your friends and trying to create a sense of dependence on him and this relationship. Two people in a relationship are still two separate people. Having your own friends' interests and quality time without your partner is important to your well-being. He may not be doing this deliberately or consciously, it may stem from some insecurity or something, but what he is doing is not okay. Horrible. Get out fast. You're too young for this guy. That is controlling behavior. It's not that he doesn't trust me, he just doesn't trust other men. No, he doesn't trust you either, obviously. Hanging out with friends is not living the single life, or whatever bullshit he told you. It's just hanging out with friends. People in relationships are not just supposed to only hang out with their significant other. That is not normal. Bars are not just hookup spots. And the fact that he even has an issue with you going to a game with friends. Just live, lady. He will either adapt or leave. I'm older than your boyfriend, and going out to a bar, or game or concert are not things limited to women in their 20s living the single life. It's just fun to go out with friends. He is being ridiculous. He's an abusive loser, and that's why he's my age going out with a 21-year-old. Dump him if you value having any quality of life. I spent 21 to 26 with an abusive loser who was controlling and isolating, and you don't get those years back. Op. This is an enormous red flag. If he trusted you, you would be able to go to these old haunts of yours without him worrying about the relationship. Oh honey. He definitely realizes his whole mood changes when you mention friends. He's manipulating you and controlling you. It's abusive to guilt your partner into not having friends or other connections. And he has you pretty much feeling sorry for him and blaming yourself. I feel like this probably won't make you leave him, but in 5 years when you realize how gross this age-induced power imbalance is, you'll wish you had. Please listen to us. Ask him why he thinks you need to ask him if you can go. He's not your babysitter, he's a controlling and manipulative jerk. It is not disrespectful to go to a bar with your friends, he is very controlling. The fact he wants you to clear activities with him first before agreeing them is really manipulative. He doesn't get to approve and bully you not to hang out with your pals. Which is what he is doing. You can try talk to him about how you feel, but if this has been going on a while he isn't gonna change. It might get better for a while, but it will just start over again within a month or two and you will be back to feeling bullied. Probably ask yourself if you want this kind of influence in your life long term. He's cutting you off from your friends. You should not need to have permission to go out with your friends. Please either find a way to keep in touch with your friends or lose the BF. Or you'll end up totally dependent on him and vulnerable to abuse. Divide and rule is the first step to total domination, and that's what he is doing now. Plus, bars are fine. Depends on the bar of course, but in a group it should be fine. That's controlling and manipulative.